Right. I'm in Beirut. I'm I'm currently just in the suburbs of Beirut. I'm on the ground every day, at the ground zero, which is around the blast site. I've been doing that for exactly 8 days now. So this was my eighth day on the ground, and sadly, and yeah, so that's where I'm located at the moment. I wasn't inside Beirut. I was actually in the suburb that overlooks Beirut, at my where my grandmother's house is, and I had a view over Beirut, and I could see, because it's in the hills just to the south of the city, and I saw a gigantic plume of smoke, the size of which I've never seen before. And if you're in Beirut, you're used to seeing smoke. Trust me on that one. And yeah, just a gigantic plume of smoke, that I initially heard it before I saw it, and thankfully I personally wasn't down there, but a lot of people were, including my mother, who was at her home, which is within not too far from the blast radius, also much closer than me, for sure. And she was very lucky not to have been hurt, because her balcony basically got thrown into the house, and into the living room where she was sitting, but thankfully had just gotten up to go to the back of the house, which is not on the side of the blast. And luckily nothing happened back there when it happened. Initially she thought it was an earthquake, and they had proceeded to run down the stairs. And of course, in Lebanon, we're used to this. The moment a big explosion happens, the first thing you do is you message your loved ones. So I thought to message my mom immediately and let her know that I'm okay. I didn't, and also to check on my brother. I didn't think for one moment that she could have been in the danger zone. And it didn't really hit me until I got down there and I saw the house. And it was just, yeah. Well, I've had a number of friends who've been injured, but I have my closest friend. Actually, we've been together since school, and he has an apartment that has an unobstructed view on the port, and specifically the side of the silo that took the brunt of the force of the blast. And his house was a total loss. He moved into it only 2 years ago, and he was actually in his, what he last remembers is that he was in his kitchen, and he had followed his dog, who was acting erratic, and he woke up on his balcony, which is the opposite side from the port. And he doesn't remember what happened between the kitchen and the balcony. All he knows is that he found himself on the balcony. He's on the 11th floor, so he's very lucky to be alive. He could have easily been thrown over and down to the streets, and some people did experience that, unfortunately. I mean, I don't even know where to start. You go into shops, and people whose livelihoods, they spent all their money on the shop, and now it's completely gone.